Hello, this is Ian Mark from Art T-Shirts by Ian. As you can see, I've just beamed into Vulcan. You know, in my first video, I showed you Spock's ancestral farm, recently discovered by Vulcan archaeologists. Then I showed you, in the next video, I showed you when Kirk used the Enterprise to absolutely destroy Vulcan when he found out that they wouldn't carry my T-shirts. So in today's video, I thought it'd be interesting to do something different. We are going to walk up and down the streets of Vulcan and see where it was that Spock lived as a child, so we can have an idea of how it was that he lived before he joined Starfleet. So some of you may be wondering why I am wearing this uniform. It's because I have been told by many people that the people of Vulcan resent Earthlings because of our emotions. So because of that, they look down on Earthlings. So I decided, I heard that you get more respect as a Starfleet officer. So that's why I'm dressed in this uniform. Although, maybe in hindsight, red wasn't the best color to wear because we all know what happens to people who are wearing red in the show. Anyway, we are going to explore Vulcan. I'm going to show you lots of the places where Spock would have lived. And then you need to stay right to the end because I'm going to show you the airport of Vulcan. Some of you may think that other airports are really busy, but wait till you see Vulcan Airport during rush hour. So thanks for watching. Stay right to the end and live long and prosper. Now, before we visit some of the locations here, I'm always getting harassed by those who say that I can't be visiting Vulcan because it doesn't exist. To those I say, look at this sign that says Vulcan and list some of the other planets close to here. What more proof do you want? So stop telling me that Vulcan doesn't exist. I even have a brother-in-law who was born in Vulcan, but he had his ears surgically altered to look more human-like. So first of all, let's see how the people of Vulcan live. You can see from this grain elevator, built by Earth investors, that agriculture is very important. There is even an elevator built by a Starfleet co-op. It's hard to believe that the future Enterprise science officer grew up in a community with such a large economic agricultural base. But that is how his ancestors lived, long before more advancements in technology. Now, just a few minutes' drive from the grain elevator is the downtown core. As the sign says, we are on Center Street. This area of Vulcan is very humble. There is no glitzy show of the latest in technology. On this street are the Vulcan offices, and if you read the bottom of the sign, it clearly says, Planet of Vulcan Authority. Just down the block is the library. It would have been here that Spock sought solace from the taunts of his classmates, because he was half human, and studied dilithium crystals or whatever else he needed to know to join Starfleet. We are lucky that even though it is an agricultural community, that at least education was forward-thinking. Speaking of education, let's visit the school where Spock would have opened his first science text. These images not only show the school, but also give us a glimpse into the climate at Vulcan. That's snow on the ground, so we know that Vulcan has a winter and that snow is common. Now let's get back to the downtown area. While I was walking around, I went into this seedy-looking drinking place and met this character called Quirk or Quack. He said he used to work at this other seedy place called Deep Space Nine. Perhaps you've heard of it. When I told him what I was doing, he asked me if I would like to buy these rare documents he acquired from Spock's school district. I didn't know if this Quirk guy could be trusted. He seemed half honest and half dishonest. I had the feeling that he was in Vulcan because he crossed a line at Deep Space Nine and was here to avoid more trouble. After haggling the price, we agreed on 10 pieces of gold latinum. Try finding a banking machine that dispenses latinum. That took me forever. Then we met at this park bench. I was told to come alone, and that if I filmed his face, lots of nasty things would happen to me. We met, and I gave him the gold latinum, and he gave me this file folder. I don't know if it was real or something that was manufactured for me. The whole exchange felt like I was in a Dixon Hill episode. So here is the document I bought.
It appears to be a kind of report card for Spock in his last semester at school. When you look at it, you can see how Earthlings are viewed. For parents, it gives his father's name as Sarek. Then when it comes to his mother's name, she is referred to as that Earthling. How degrading. On one hand, they have this visitor center dedicated to Spock and Starfleet so they can reap the economic rewards of Earth tourists. Then on the other hand, they look down on her because she is human. It's no surprise that in his evaluation, it suggests sending him to Starfleet just to get rid of him. Have you ever wondered how much cooperation there is between Vulcan and Earth? While driving around, I found this park that was supported by the Lions Club. Who would know that one day the Lions Club would become so intergalactic that it would help in the construction of a park in Vulcan? Now, I said that at the end of this video we would go to the Vulcan airport. Check out all the Starfleet vehicles just waiting to take off. Vulcan has certainly become a space hub for travel in this part of the galaxy. So I hope you enjoyed this glimpse into the Vulcan that Spock would have known as a child. We can only hope that Spock, the Starfleet science officer, was able to move on from the bullying he experienced as a child in Vulcan. Thanks for watching. Now it's time for me to beam back to Earth from Vulcan. Here's some of the Vulcan t-shirts available from my Art T-shirts by Ian store on Etsy. I'm also going to include at the end of this video a link to my other Vulcan videos. Thanks for watching.